What's up, everybody? Happy Monday to you. Welcome to another episode of the Hemp Fit Podcast by Zakah Life. Today's episode is episode 13. How is Zakah Life's regenerative soil and living hemp purity beneficial to you? So today, guys, first of all, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. A lot of crazy events going on in the world today, but hopefully you got to spend some time with family and hang out and get fulfilled in what really matters, which is living a Zakah life, finding that purity and being with your family. All right, guys, let's dive in today. So before we get started, just a little pretense. So this is going to be an episode about how we grow our cannabis genetics inside of a soil that we mitigated ourselves, that is unlike any other. It is living, full of microbes, beneficial probiotics, and all the good stuff that any plant, not just cannabis, need to thrive the original way that it was intended so long ago, before our soil was depleted of the beneficial nutrients and microbes and fungi and all the good stuff that's needed for our plants. So before I get started, I wanted to start out with a little fun facts as it sets our tone today. So one, we don't use fertilizers. We brew our own nutrients. So basically, we take fermented food waste and we ferment it into a probiotic tea that is then applied wide drop, drip irrigation, couple different ways on different lands. But that goes into the soil and starts to mitigate any of the GMOs, chemicals, fertilizers, things that have been on that land for so long, and converts it back to kind of like a cloud, fluffy, like black living soil. This is super alive. It's got all the microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, microbes that basically nourish and flourish and prosper and bring the soil back to a black living soil. The next thing, our soil eats before our plants do. So the microbes in our fermented tea digest food waste and turn it into plant-ready nutrients. So it's basically something that we thought was dead, right, trash, and we bring it back alive, basically, before it even touches the roots. All right, it's not just dirt. It's a living biome, just like our gut is full of living beneficial bacteria that actually helps break down our food, different enzymes for different types of food. This is the same case for our soil. So black living soil is alive. It has billions of microbes per teaspoon. Can you imagine? That's more life than in a rainforest floor. Number 4, our plants grow in community, not in isolation. So the microbial network that, after applying the tea, supports nutrient cycling, it supports pest resistance, and even plant-to-plant communication. Yes, plants talk to each other. You ever heard of mycelium, the mushroom powerhouse of the earth? Yeah, that stuff is signaling energy and words and talking to each other, communicating to each other, and that's how it rapidly grows. Number 5, when you consume our hemp, you're part of the soil story. So listen, everything that nourished the plant is part of what nourishes you. What you put into it is what you're going to get back. So that's what makes regenerative hemp or cannabis so unique. All right, guys, so basically let's talk a little bit about it in simple terms. So yes, we play with trash, pre-consumer, post-consumer food waste. We have an inoculant that no one else can have because it's a patented technology. This goes into the food waste, whatever that may be, into some beautiful bioreacting bins. The oxygen is depleted, so it's anaerobic. And then it begins to break down in 8 to 15 days, that food waste that we put in. And out comes a beautiful, smelly, living, full of goodness tea. You could call it like kombucha, but I wouldn't drink it. But it's kind of like that. It's got that pungent apple cidery vinegary taste, but it's full of amino acids. The profile in there is just amazing. We then take that and we do ratios with purified water, and then we apply that a couple times a year on the soil. And even in the winter, there's a part of the process where it leaves the cake, so that would be like whatever's left over from the food. would leave like a cake-like substance, but this is also living. So when we mix it into the soil or put it on the top during winter, it actually preserves and continues to activate that soil for planting season that comes up. So it's pretty cool. So full of amino acids, totally alive, all these beautiful beneficial microbes, bacteria, fungi, and microorganisms that help nourish the hemp plant at every stage of the growth. The microbes improve nutrient uptake, okay, enhance the plant's immunity, and creates a terpene-rich, cannabinoid-dense flower. So a lot of people are like, man, your pure oil just smells beautiful. Yeah, our profile of terpenes is absolutely outstanding. And so this would be one of the reasons why. When you put your love into the soil where plants produce and begin to build their roots or their foundation, you're going to get back a happy harvest. So you got to understand that part. So it's not just sustainable, it's regenerative. By closing the loop on food waste and putting life back into earth, we're building soil that gets better each year. And it does. It grows a little bit each year, and it retains water, which is one of the biggest things that we appreciate, especially as farmers and growing. And the impact doesn't stop there, guys. So when we harvest our hemp from microbial-rich environment, the results are cleaner, more potent crop, free from synthetic fertilizers, chemical pesticides, and yes, heavy metals. But even when we do our extraction, which was another podcast, we have a special ice, that's all I'll say now, ice method that actually removes any residual heavy metals that may be in there just because it is heavy metals are water soluble. So more on that later. After our extraction, the purity carries into every balm, every tincture, and every capsule we make. Your body can tell the difference. When you use a Zakah Life product, you're absorbing clean, whole plant compounds, untainted and fully alive. And your body recognizes it. Like I said in another podcast, when we extract, we don't purge anything. This is not a CBD company. We don't make CBD isolate, protein isolate, these things that are stripped of their brothers and sisters needed for maximum effectiveness, for entourage effect, for your body to actually say, oh, I know what to do with this and get maximum absorption. Okay? So as we continue, I want to talk about better hemp, and here's why. Microbial diversity equals nutrient density, okay? So fermented food waste adds beneficial bacteria, fungi, and enzymes to our soil. These break down organic matter into forms that the hemp plant can easily absorb and stretch out and start to root in the most proper way, okay? Especially secondary compounds like terpenes and flavonoids will be produced and are produced in our genetics. No chemical inputs equals cleaner medicine, all right? So black living soil eliminates the need for chemical fertilizers, pesticides, or synthetic boosters, meaning cleaner, safer cannabinoids, terpenes for the end user, right? You. Next one is stronger roots equals more resilient plants. Listen, living soils do promote strong root systems. And if you can promote a strong root system, then you're going to promote a strong harvest, which is going to promote a stronger you or me when we're consuming the finished goods. All right, the system actually regulates moisture too. Like I was saying, it retains moisture. It talks to each other. It knows what to do, okay? It resists disease better, and it pulls deeper nutrition from the earth's natural mineral compounds. So natural boosting the plant's cannabinoid profile, making it stronger and more robust when it comes down to that. So, you know, it might be hard to understand what we're talking about, but I'm trying to break it down in simple terms, and it's just incredible what we do. We actually have here at the company a name for it called Above Organic. And some of the things we tell people to kind of help you understand this is if you wouldn't eat it, your soil shouldn't either, right? So let's talk about that. So there's these chemical synthetic things all over life, right? But when we're talking about farming, you know, it's kind of the practice these days, just spraying these chemicals all over the place. And yes, you see a consistent growth with these. You see, you know, some farmers actually make a little bit of money. But can we take those fertilizers and have a cocktail or have a shot of them Absolutely not. It would destroy you. Well, if you think about that, and we're putting it in our food, in our plants, and then they grow, and then you eat those plants, what is it doing? Is it the same? No, it's not a shot, but you're getting some of that in that. So if you wouldn't eat it, your soil shouldn't either. We don't feed our plants, we feed our soil, and it feeds them. Listen, a lot of people, you grow up growing something, right, in your house or outdoors, something small, and we're always watering the top around like the main root, right, the stalk. And we're thinking that's what feeds it or gives it nutrients and drinks. But actually, plants are like humans. They know when they're thirsty. They know when they need vitamin K. They know when they need calcium. And so if you just take care of the underground soil mitigation and you just water and have like a system that's watering the bottom, your plant will actually uptake the water when it's thirsty. It will uptake and move around through the root system, the nutrients that it needs. And those roots are what pulls up and sends the nutrients needed to parts or all of the plant. So it's not actually very hard to understand that, if we're thirsty, we're going to get a drink of water or some sodium bicarbonate and put it in the water or whatever it may be. It's the same with plants. All we got to do is take care of its foundation, of its belly, the soil. So I hope you kind of got a good idea of why our products are so clean and such high purity, just like the word Zakah Life, Zakah, purity, cleanse oneself. We take care of our soil. We convert it into black living gold so that it's full and robust of living bacteria, fungi, microorganisms, good microbes, amino acids that provide a better, more fluffy, more fruitful, more prosperous root system for the plants going in. And then this is the result of a beautiful harvest that's rich in terpenes, rich in trichomes, rich in cannabinoids, rich in phytonutrients. And so that when we dry this and extract it, it's already purified of all the harmful things in our world today that can hurt us. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Happy Monday to you. Stay safe out there. Thank you for joining episode 13. And always remember to live a Zakah life.